earlier this afternoon, while Easter services was being conducted in Our Lady of Pompeii Church, parishioners smelled smoke, and they immediately evacuated. About 150 parishioners were in there. They called the fire department at 1:47, and we responded to the adjoining building to the church, the residency building. And that fire was so intense that it rapidly went to a fifth alarm, meaning that we have over 200 firefighters and medical personnel called to the scene and some 44 units. The fire now is under control, but to give you more detail about the fire and minor injuries we have, I'm going to ask some of our chiefs to come forward. Our Command Chief, Chief CURRAO.
Good evening, everybody. So I'm also have our citywide tour commander, Chief Mike Meyers, with us. The units here did an amazing job. They did an aggressive interior attack. They were starting to knock down as much fire as they could. That included not only a hose line attack, but a primary search for any victims. But unfortunately, due to the extent of the fire, the fact that it got up into the second floor, into the attic space, it went beyond our capabilities. We had to transition to an exterior attack. I'll sort of turn over to Mike a little bit, talk a little bit about the tower ladders and some of our operations.
So we turned the fire over to an exterior attack after we had a mayday inside the fire building. One of our firefighters fell from the second floor through to the first floor while they were fighting the fire. To show the strength and tenacity and determination of our firefighters, they gave the mayday for him. He didn't realize that the mayday was for him, so he bounced up off the floor, came in and wanted to run back up the stairs to address the mayday issue, but not realizing that the mayday was himself. He was unhurt, thank God, and he was able to continue to fight the fire. But again, just shows the bravery of all of our members as they're out there doing what they like to do, and that's again trying to save everybody and try to save any kind of life that's here within the building. Again, they did the best they could. They put out the fire on the first floor. Unfortunately, it extended up into the second floor in the roof area, and at that point, then we had to transition to the exterior attack. And again, being on Easter Sunday, a very holy day for all, I think that it just goes to show again, God was watching them. They kept the door between the church and the rectory closed, which is a huge thing that we teach out there in the field. Any kind of building, if there is a fire or anything going on in your structure, keep the door closed because that contains the fire. And thankfully, we were able to save the church part of the structure. Has some water damage, but is undamaged overall. And I think that's God looking down on us today on Easter Sunday and saving at least that part of the building, so the parishioners will have somewhere to still be able to come and congregate.
We were very fortunate to only have 6 minor injuries, and now I'll have Chief Patrick talk about our people that were in.
Thank you, Commissioner. So this incident produced a patient count of 6. I'm happy to report that there were non-life-threatening injuries. They range from minor burns to musculoskeletal injuries. 4 patients were treated on the scene and did not go to the hospital, and 2 patients were transported there. Again, happy to report Easter Sunday, and nobody with any life-threatening injuries at this time. We had a mix. We had 3 civilians and 3 firefighters.
All right, we'll open up some questions. MEC? Sir?
There was approximately 150 parishioners in the church.
You swell? Everything? Michelle?
Yes. So I'll let Chief Myers.
Sure. When the firefighter lieutenant of one of the truck companies fell through as they were moving in to try to extinguish the fire on the second floor. When the floor was burning on the first floor, it burnt through a small portion. So they were up there operating like we always do in an intense smoke and high heat situation. So they were crawling through. They didn't know that there was a hole in the floor that had burnt through. So as the firefighter was crawling towards the area where the fire extended to the second floor, he fell through the floor on his way there. Only one firefighter fell down through there, and again, like we said, Thankfully, it was unhurt from the effort of the units on the first floor to extinguish all that fire on the first floor.
Can you tell us which part of the church system was the rectory, what areas that you want?
The church did not sustain damage. It was the rectory area.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
We're very happy about that.
I don't know. Okay, never mind. Okay.
I'm sorry, what was it? It was difficult because of the volume of fire, and it spread from the first floor to the second floor. And it took our firefighters to come in with hose lines initially, and then we went to outside operation with the tower ladders. So, right now it's being investigated by our fire marshal, the start of the fire.
Next question.
Yeah, that was my question. Cause of the fire.
Everyone good? All right. Thank you, everyone.
All right, that concludes the press conference. They're still operating here at this fifth alarm fire in the rectory of a church on Siegel Street in the Williamsburg area of Brooklyn. With that said, we're going to be taking up. We've been here quite a long time. 2 and 2. We're going to see you all on the other side.
Joe just house.